Foods that should not be refrigerated. Not every food thrives in the refrigerator's cold corners. In fact, storing food in the cold can cause it to lose its nutritional content, flavor, and texture. By knowing how to store different foods in the best way, you can make sure they keep their top quality and taste until it's time to eat them. Having stated that, let's get started and discuss 10 foods that need not be chilled. Number 1. Tomatoes. To maintain their best flavor and texture, tomatoes should not be refrigerated. Tomatoes become bland when they lose their inherent sweetness due to chilly weather. The texture of tomatoes is also altered by the cold, becoming mealy. It throws off the delicate balance of enzymes that give them their flavor. Hence, tomatoes that are refrigerated don't have the same juicy, vivid flavor as tomatoes that are served room temperature. Furthermore, because tomatoes are tropical fruits, they are sensitive to the cold. The ripening process is slowed down by cold storage, which keeps the fruits from developing to their maximum flavor potential. Their flavor is enhanced by ripening naturally at ambient temperature. Beyond flavor, tomatoes' nutritional profile is impacted by refrigeration. These vibrant red beauties are a rich source of lycopene, an antioxidant. You may lose out on the health benefits of these substances if the temperature gets too chilly. Tomatoes should be kept at room temperature in a fruit bowl or on the counter. To preserve freshness and stop moisture loss, place them stem side down. If they're already ripe and you're not ready to eat them, you can store them in the refrigerator. But to preserve their flavor, return them to room temperature before serving. Onions are the second food. Onions shouldn't be refrigerated for a variety of reasons. First off, moisture in the refrigerator can lead to mushy onions and the formation of mold. Onions don't like cold, wet places. They want cool, dry places. Onion texture and flavor are also changed by chilly temperatures. Refrigeration changes starches into sugars, which makes onions sweeter. While this may seem excellent, it also lessens the onion's natural flavor and reduces its adaptability to other culinary applications. Another issue is the absorption of odors. Onions easily take up smells from their surroundings, which might result in an unfavorable mixture of flavors in the small refrigerator area. It doesn't sound like the most appealing idea to think of fruit or ice cream with an onion flavor. Moreover, the act of refrigerating promotes sprouting. Onions last longer when kept in cooler climates because they sprout more quickly. Onions that have sprouted may still be edible, but their flavor and texture may be inferior. After cutting an onion, refrigeration can seem like the sensible option if you want to store the leftovers. But it's important to remember that in order to keep chopped onions from collecting refrigerator odors, they must be packed in an airtight container. Otherwise, you run the danger of having leftovers that taste like onions. Garlic is number 3. Garlic shouldn't be kept in the refrigerator as it may promote sprouting. Garlic absorbs the flavor and texture of green shoots when refrigerated, which changes the flavor. The overall quality of the garlic is impacted by the formation of mold, which is encouraged by the chilly, damp atmosphere. Furthermore, the flavor of garlic might be lost by refrigeration. The related sugars in garlic can be changed into starches by the cold, giving the plant a weaker flavor. This lessens the fragrant properties that have made garlic an essential ingredient in cooking. Garlic that is kept in the refrigerator may also become more moisturized. Too much moisture can cause cloves to become moldy or rubbery. This can have an effect on the garlic's longevity in addition to its flavor. Moreover, putting garlic in the refrigerator could cause it to absorb unpleasant smells from neighboring foods. Garlic's permeable skin allows it to absorb flavors from other foods in the refrigerator. This may weaken the garlic's unique flavor and reduce its appeal in a variety of recipes. Garlic should be stored in a cool, dry area with enough ventilation for best results. It is best to have the room temperature between 15 and 18 degrees Celsius. To ensure enough air circulation and stop the spread of mold, store garlic bulbs in an open container or a mesh bag. Before we go on to the next food on our list, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new informative videos. Thanks. Potatoes are number 4. Potato starch can be converted to sugar by cold temperatures, which can change the texture and flavor. To preserve their flavor, potatoes should be kept in a cold, dark environment. Additionally, when potatoes are cooked at high temperatures, refrigeration can lead to the production of a chemical called acrylamide. Potatoes kept at room temperature lower the danger of acrylamide, a possible carcinogen that forms more easily in cold storage. Additionally, potatoes that have been refrigerated have a higher moisture content, which encourages the growth of bacteria. In order to keep fresher for longer, potatoes prefer a dry atmosphere. Too much moisture can hasten deterioration and give off bad aromas. Moreover, potatoes' enzymes may be adversely affected by the refrigerator's chilly air, hastening their degradation. These enzymes are preserved when potatoes are stored outside of the refrigerator, which improves the food's quality and flavor when cooked. Because starch turns into sugar when potatoes are refrigerated, they may also get a grainy texture. Avocados are number 5. Avocados are an additional food best stored without refrigeration, at ambient temperature. Refrigeration interferes with their ripening process and modifies their flavor and texture. Avocados remain firm and unripe because the enzyme activity that causes ripening is slowed down by the cold temperature. Avocados naturally ripen and acquire that beloved creamy texture when stored at room temperature. Additionally, the flavor is reduced by cold storage because the volatile chemicals that give food its flavor can be diminished by the cold. Avocados are special fruits that get ripe after harvest. This process is disrupted by refrigeration, which lowers their quality. The avocado's exterior may brown in cold weather, but the avocado may still be underripe inside. Avocados can ripen to the perfect consistency by being kept on the counter. Avocados are susceptible to moisture accumulation as well, and refrigeration puts them at risk for this. This dampness can cause deterioration and the formation of mold. Avocados should be kept at room temperature in a dry environment to avoid this. If you have ripe avocados and don't plan to consume them right away, refrigerate them to slow down further ripening, but utilize them within a few days for the best taste and texture. Bananas are number 6. Because of their special qualities, bananas are tropical fruits that are best stored at room temperature. Refrigeration can lead to the deterioration of fruit cell walls, resulting in browning of the skin and changes to the texture. The ripening process is interrupted by cold temperatures, which results in a changed flavor and less appetizing texture. Furthermore, bananas are ethylene-sensitive fruits, so storing them in the fridge can expose them to ethylene-producing fruits and vegetables, causing uneven ripening. This lowers the overall quality of the fruit by producing an exterior that is ripe but an interior that is underripe. Banana flavor is also impacted by refrigeration. The enzymes that give them their sweet flavor are suppressed by a chilly environment. These enzymes function best at room temperature, providing you with the whole natural sweetness that bananas are famous for. Furthermore, the peel of chilled bananas may discolor quickly, creating the appearance of being overripe. But this doesn't always mean that the fruit within is ripe. Room temperature storage of bananas guarantees a better overall eating experience and helps preserve a consistent appearance. Bananas have a high nutritional value since they contain several important elements. Nutrient loss can occur via refrigeration, especially when it comes to antioxidants and other essential substances. Bananas should ideally be kept dry and cool to optimize their health advantages. Bread is number 7. It is usually ineffective to refrigerate bread. Bread that is kept in the refrigerator ages more quickly. A dry and rough feel results from the starch in bread crystallizing more quickly in colder temperatures. Moisture is the natural enemy of bread. The humidity that refrigeration adds will make your loaf mushy. The refrigerator ruins flavors as well. Bread absorbs smells from its surroundings like a sponge, so storing it with other things might give it an odd taste or fragrance. To retain its original flavor, don't store it in the refrigerator. The aging process is altered by cold environments rather than stopped entirely. The fridge speeds up the retrogradation of starch, but slows down the growth of mold. When the bread is returned to room temperature, this causes it to stale more quickly. The better option is to freeze. Slices of the loaf can be frozen in a sealed bag if you won't be eating it all at once. Freezing stops the aging process while maintaining flavor and texture. Keep it at room temperature before eating. 8th, honey. Honey that has been refrigerated may crystallize more quickly. Its texture becomes rough due to the crystals that form when sugar and honey are exposed to freezing temperatures. Honey's smooth, liquid state is preserved by slowing down the crystallization process while storage at room temperature. Honey's ability to absorb moisture from the air, or its hygroscopic nature, is another important aspect. Honey maintains its original flavor and freshness when stored in a cold, dry place. Moreover, the low pH of honey, which ranges from 3 to 4, produces an acidic environment that is unfriendly to microorganisms. There is no need to refrigerate in order to prevent spoiling, because this acidity serves as a natural preservative. These natural characteristics of honey have led to its usage as a food preservative throughout history. Using honey that has been refrigerated may potentially cause issues. It is more difficult to drizzle or combine with other ingredients when using cold honey because it is thicker and less pourable. Honey is easier to work with and more adaptable in a variety of recipes. 9. Uncut melons. The melon's flavor and sweetness may be reduced by refrigeration. Eating can become less pleasurable due to the suppression of natural sugars caused by chilly conditions. Moreover, melon texture might change when refrigerated. The sharp and reviving taste that a perfectly ripe melon gives can be diminished by the chilly environment's ability to render the fruit mushy and impair its juiciness. Uncut melons thrive at room temperature. They keep their ideal flavor and texture while kept outside of the refrigerator. The melon's natural ripening process keeps going, guaranteeing that it keeps its best flavor and quality. The nutritional value of entire melons may also be impacted by refrigeration. Certain nutrients, such as vitamins and antioxidants, may be less abundant in cold climates. Melons retain these vital components better when kept at room temperature, making them a healthier snack. Furthermore, uncut melons don't need to be refrigerated for safety reasons. It is safe to store the fruit at room temperature, since the thicker outer skin shields the interior fruit from impurities. Store uncut melons away from direct sunlight in a cool, dry place to extend their shelf life. This guarantees that they maintain their flavor and freshness without sacrificing their texture or nutritional value. Olive oil is number 10. Olive oil shouldn't be refrigerated, and doing so could degrade its quality. Because olive oil has a low freezing point, it will harden in the refrigerator and change consistency. Although this modification doesn't affect the oil, it might not be convenient to use right away. Water may enter the oil container due to condensation brought on by cold weather. Olive oil with water puts its flavor and freshness at risk by encouraging the growth of mold and germs. To keep olive oil fresh, just store it somewhere cold and dark. Olive oil can cloud when refrigerated, although this is not an indication that it has gone bad. When the oil cools back down to room temperature, the cloudiness goes away. Chilly weather may harden any waxes in the oil. However, this may also be undone without compromising quality. Because of its composition, olive oil resists spoiling at room temperature by inhibiting the growth of microorganisms. Olive oil's natural preservatives, antioxidants, and polyphenols ensure its shelf life without refrigeration. As we can see, not every food does well in our refrigerator's colder sections. Knowing the ideal storage location for each item guarantees that its flavor and nutritional content are maintained. Efficient food storage improves food quality. Therefore, adopt the ideal setting for each, and your taste buds will appreciate it. For more educational videos like this one, please subscribe to our channel and click the like button. I appreciate you seeing. Our goal is your well-being. Bye from Radiant Life.